Welcome into Unrivaled, the Penn State Football Stories, Season 6, Episode 4 Rewind, brought to you by Pepsi. This episode we feature Pennsylvania native and defensive coordinator Coach Pry. Coach, growing up in the state of Pennsylvania, what does this state mean to you?
Yeah, it means so much. You know, coaching in the South for about 20 years, to have a chance to come back to Penn State was a dream come true. It's the school that I looked to as a youngster, that my grandparents were so fond of. So Penn State's been heavy on my heart since I was a child. So the chance to come back and represent a flagship school has been a tremendous opportunity for me and my family.
This was the 100th all-time meeting between Penn State and Pitt. What stands out to you about the history of this matchup?
Yeah, it's bragging rights, man. I've got a cousin with a Pitt tattoo on his arm. So, you know, they weren't all Penn State people in Altoona. There's a couple of Pitt guys running around that I'm kin to. So, you know, it hits home for me that way. But just I know what it means in this state. Being from Pennsylvania, I know what it means. Probably more so than maybe some of our players that, you know, from other areas. If you're not a Pennsylvania kid growing up, it's been such a long time since we played these guys.
Coach, what stands out to you about the leaders in your locker room?
That's a very important piece to our success, to any team's success. And we were fortunate in 2019. We had some great leadership from old heads that had been around, had a lot of maturity.
Every play we dominate. All right, let's go. Let's go. Ace on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Moving forward, I'm excited about the development of some guys that are stepping into leadership roles. Lamont Wade is one of those guys.
It's all of us. We need everybody.
The situations we put them in, you know, moving forward, to allow them to demonstrate leadership.
We don't let nobody come into the Beaver Stadium and take our pride. Let's go.
Let's dive into this game, the 100th all-time meeting between Penn State and Pitt. You guys forced Pitt to go 3-and-out to start the game. How big of a momentum starter is that to any game?
You want to set the tone for the game. And to come out and get a 3-and-out like that is big now.
They'll be dropped right there by John Reed, well short of the first down, and the Panthers go 3-and-out.
Setting the tone, sending the message, the type of defense you're going to see all day long, snap after snap. That's the message that sends to me.
Penn State's defenses, they are tackling better than the Pitt defense. Well, you see the speed of Coach Pry's defense. This to be the best defense that they've had since James has been the head coach here.
Running back Journey Brown busts one for 85 yards a couple series later. What do you remember about that play?
Oh, that was exciting now. You know, it's hard. You're over there coaching the defensive guys, and you're involved on the sideline, and their eyes go up to the Jumbotron. You know something big's happening. When their faces get big, their eyes get big, and you got to turn around yourself as a coach to catch some of that. That was a fantastic run.
Hey, that's a hell of a run, man. I trust every one of y'all. I told y'all that. All right? Nice job of finishing that thing off.
How do explosive plays like that ignite both the offense and the defense?
Yeah, there's no question that the units feed off one another, but they want to see success on the other side of the ball. But also, they want to see their buddies have success. They love seeing their partners do big things out on the field. That makes them feel good and get excited about that. They definitely pull for one another individually as well as a unit.
The third big explosive play from this offense. This is Jordan Stout, who's made a 53-yarder.
Jordan Stout set a new school record just before the half with a 57-yard field goal. What was it like to see that one sail through the uprights?
Yeah, it was beautiful. You know, we've seen him kick some long ones, so we knew he had to lay for it. I think everybody on that sideline believes he can make it, and that certainly was a big one.
This is from 57. This would be a school record. Right through! Jordan Stout breaks a school record, and we'll send it to the locker room at 10 apiece. Wow!
Describe the atmosphere inside the locker room at the break with the score locked up at 10.
Yeah, it was exciting. The guys were fired up.
We got to be who we want to be for this year, right now. If we want that championship, what we say we want, it got to show right now.
The guys just really locked in and focused and ready to listen and and do whatever was necessary to come out on top.
Edges and be relentless on this quarterback. Starts up front. Our D-line getting after this O-line, and our O-line dominating. We win the game. Everybody understand me? Let's go. We got it.
Linebacker Micah Parsons took over in the second half. What impressed you about the play of number 11?
Yeah, he was really looking forward to that game. He feeds on excitement, and that was a big stage, a big moment, the type of game that a kid from Harrisburg that's playing linebacker in Penn State for linebacker too. I mean, it was his moment.
Blown up by Penn State at the line of scrimmage. Micah Parsons again.
Describe the explosiveness of running back Noah Kane in his touchdown run.
We see him firsthand, so we know what he's like. He's a hard guy to tackle. He's got great balance. And that day they had trouble stopping the run.
Yard drive and take the lead. Noah Kane is the hot hand.
The goal line stand was one of the most memorable moments from the 2019 season. Take us back through that series of plays.
We practice so much down there in that tight red zone and understand your backs are to the wall. And the guys get fired up, and there's no heads hanging. It's, set your jaw, let's focus in. We only have a handful of calls we make down there. They know what's coming. We've got to get on their side of the line of scrimmage. That was the message. We've got to create negative plays. That's the kind of moments that you play for. Our guys, I want a group of guys, and we have a group of guys that want to be in that moment.
It's on us. That's how you make it stop, right? That's how you make it ready to go. The goal line stand by our defense. I appreciate you guys. It starts with I love you. It always ends with I love you.
Coach, what is a victory meal?
Victory meal, yeah. It gets amped up. It changed each week a little bit. The guys over there in the CAF do a great job preparing it. It's fun for everybody. The families come in.
We are by extension part of the team. If these guys aren't eating well, they're not performing well.
Can I see some of that?
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
It's awesome to win on Saturday. Then have a time on Monday we can come enjoy a meal with your brothers.
When somebody commits to Penn State, what type of national exposure are those individuals getting?
To me, it doesn't get any better. You're on the biggest stage in college football.
I think that the Penn State whiteout and the fans here are the greatest atmosphere in college sports, and I will not back off of that.
James Franklin can recruit. You can develop players very well here, but you need to have dynamic guys who can change the game in an instant.
These guys that play football their whole lives, this is what they want. The guys that achieve this and end up at a place like Penn State, they want to be on the biggest stage. They should want to be on ESPN and to compete in front of a crowd like we have at Beaver Stadium, and to play for a Nittany Nation like we have, and to do it in front of a national audience and make every Penn Stater proud. Doesn't get any better than that.
Penn State preaches family. How is that reinforced when coaches invite players over to their house for dinner?
First of all, myself and the linebackers were disappointed we didn't get an invite. We do everything with the Long boys out there on the field. We want some of that fried chicken Coach Sider and his wife were making over there.
When you grow up in the South, you fry a lot. There we go. Now we're cooking with grease. Now the fun part, get ready to go up here and season a little chicken.
This is like his specialty, his world famous chicken.
You get your garlic and you get your good old seasoned salt. That's all you need. This is South Florida fried chicken right here. We're sticking to the wings tonight.
It's a big part of what we do.
We're family, so they just have the house and the stove and stuff and the capacity to hold all of us. But it feels good, It feels like it's more than football.
Coach Franklin has guys to his house regularly. This is a family atmosphere. We want those guys in our homes. We want them to see us with our wives and our children, and we want to host them.
It's a blessing, man. Genuine people are rare nowadays. So just to have them, invite us over here and eat, it's a good feeling.
Coach Pry, I appreciate your time and looking forward to seeing you back in the Lash Football Complex soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mitch.